The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed during this or any broadcast belong solely to our guests or our hosts. These broadcasts do not represent or reflect the views of their employers, sponsors, or affiliated organizations.
Get ready to flip your perspective on education. Welcome to the Flipboard EDU podcast, where every story is a plus. Join us as we explore innovative ideas, share stories, and discover the power of collaboration in the world of education.
We dive deep into the latest trends, strategies, and resources to enhance teaching and learning. From EdTech tools to classroom management tips, we've got you covered. Let's collaborate, communicate, and educate with the best educators in the world right here on the Flipboard EDU podcast with your favorite coach, Coach Jeffrey.
Welcome back, Flipboard fam. This is your favorite coach, Coach Jeffrey. I have another exciting guest here today. I have Mr. Karou, which is a significant figure in the field of educational technology and neuroscience-based learning. He joined us while we were at ISTE, and we talked about the deep dive into the groundbreaking work being done at Mind Education. Kai's organization specializes in designing products that deepen and enrich the learning experience by leveraging insights from neuroscience. We explored the significance of their flagship product, ST Math, and how it was transforming math education from pre-K through 8th grade with innovative feedback-driven approaches. So tune in to hear Kai's discussion and the enhanced puzzle talks and exciting updates that promise to revolutionize classroom conversations and elevate student engagement. So like we always do about this time, let's collaborate, communicate, and educate with the best educators in the world right here on the Flipboard EDU podcast. Welcome back, Flipboard fam. This is your favorite coach, Coach Jeffrey, and I'm here with another amazing guest, Mr. Karou. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Excellent. All right, Mr. Karou, about your company that you guys are going to be talking about today, and then tell our listening audience a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So the organization that I work with is Mind Education. We're a neuroscience-based research organization that builds products for education, founded in neuroscience. And my background is I oversee our product development.
Wow.
I also have a background in engineering and education.
Gotcha. Okay. As a former administrator, I have to take a look at when we talk about the mind research. Let's talk a little bit about why that even matters to somebody in K-12. What relevance is your work to the work that we do in K-12?
Yeah, that's a great question. There's so many products that are put out there, right, that might sparkle or that might dazzle our audiences. But the real question that I'm passionate about and that we focus on is, how does the brain actually learn? And how do we take insights of how the brain learns and embed that into programs to actually deepen and enrich the learning environment for students? So we're not using technology just as some flashing, engaging medium. We're using technology as a tool to actually richen and deepen the learning experience.
Yeah.
So one is we have our research principles that we build our design on. So one key design principle is feedback, right?
Yeah.
You always want to look at what kind of feedback are students getting, because there's a process in our brain called the perception action cycle. It's part of the root of all learning, and it's all based on getting rich, informative feedback.
Right.
So we design, and we've actually seen this, we're building now the 7th generation of our program. When we went from generation 3 to generation 4, we actually didn't have very rich feedback.
Yeah.
When we jumped to generation 4, we saw actual growth on state standardized assessments double based on the release of that generation of our program.
Yeah.
And that's part of how we tie our product design principles to actual results in the classroom.
Now, you said something very important. The very focus for school improvement is the amount of feedback that the teachers give the students and the students give to teachers, and what the administrators give to the teachers so that they can grow. Which particular standardized tests were you guys able to show growth on, if I can?
State standardized assessments,
Most of the
smart balance, all of the above. As well as we have our own internal quizzes. We have a number of assessment formats that we use.
Gotcha. So let's talk about your product specifically. Tell me a product that we can use today in my school?
So our flagship program is called ST Math. ST Math is a spatial-temporal way of learning about mathematics. So kids play puzzles with visual informative feedback as a way to learn mathematics concepts.
Yes.
And we're also releasing, actually, just this fall, a whole new set of what we call enhanced puzzle talks.
Yes.
So these are ways of taking these puzzle talks and actually creating classroom conversations in the classroom based on these engaging in 5 to 15 minute mini lessons.
Is there an ST Math that goes to, like, where does it stop? Does it go all the way to physics, or where does it end?
We currently cover pre-K through 8th grade.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So what other products do you guys have that you're going to be featuring here at ISTE?
Yeah, so that's our flagship product. So we also have a tutoring program. We have a summer school program. The main thing that we're talking about right now is our enhanced puzzle talks.
Yes.
So it's part of the ST Math suite, but it's an add-on component.
Yes.
It's a way for teachers. So the ST Math is a one-to-one experience for students.
Yes.
The puzzle talks are a way to actually engage students in enriched classroom conversation.
Okay.
To get kids talking about math is hard squared. So this is a tool, and I could talk to you about the key features that enable that classroom discourse to really pop with
If you can give me one, that'll be great. Just one key, because you said it's hard to get kids to talk.
Absolutely.
Most definitely. And when you try to get discourse around a math topic, it's just a lot of rote memorization, kids writing on the board and all that. But we know in order to support our English language learners and our emerging bilinguals, that conversation must happen in the class. So is there like one key point that you can just tease out?
So I'll use an analogy first, and then I'll tell you the key point.
Okay.
When you have a conversation, if you're gonna have a book club and you're gonna talk about a book, it's only gonna be as rich a conversation as the book is rich.
Right.
If the book isn't very rich, it's not going to be a very rich conversation.
Right.
So what we do is we have purely visual puzzles, right? They don't rely on language. So you think about a student that has different language-based learning. Either they don't know language well, or they have different learning difficulties with language. They're seeing something that's purely visual. They can apply all of their own language and their language conversation, their vocabulary, to this medium without having to have any pre-based vocabulary based on this particular medium.
Wow, and that is the power of math.
That's the power of math.
Golly, that is deep. Okay, you heard it here first. ST Math, you love it. The puzzle component is going to be amazing.
Puzzle talks,
which
are free to all our users that have ST Math.
You're going to love that. And then we should see the benchmarks really go up. Well, that's excellent news. Okay, so where can someone find you guys on social media, and where can they buy the product at?
Sure. So we're on mindeducation.org. You can find us on our website. We're all over social media as well. Contact us. We're here to talk to you.
Yes, Kai, thank you for talking to me. I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure chatting with you.
Yes, thank you. Flipboard fam, that's a wrap from today's episode of the Flipboard EDU podcast. This is your favorite Coach Jeffrey, and I hope you enjoyed our insightful conversation with Karou from Mind Education. We talked about neuroscience and the learning behind the learning, which explored how innovative tools like ST Math and new puzzle talks are reshaping mathematics education in K-12 classrooms. It's fascinating to see how visual puzzles and rich feedback mechanisms can still enhance student engagement and learning outcomes. Hey, keep an eye on Mind Education's upcoming release for those of you who subscribe to the product. And don't forget to check out their offerings at mindeducation.org and their social media platforms. For those who are excited to integrate these transformative tools into your own classrooms, remember that enhanced puzzle talks are available for free to all ST Math users. So dive in and elevate the way your students experience math. So thank you for tuning in, and remember, education is a journey that we're all on together. Until next time, remember that in every Flipboard story, there's a plus. Until next time, Flipboard fam.
The education landscape will have unprecedented innovation and creativity. With original ideas flourishing everywhere, educators can look forward to being engaged in more meaningful ways than ever before. Thanks to authentic approaches that provide just the right dose of individuality and imagination. At the same time, ethical considerations will become increasingly more important. So you have my word that I will stay fresh, original, and authentic. So like we always do about this time, let's collaborate, communicate, and educate with the best educators in the world right here on Flipboard EDU Podcast.